officially start the show. My guest tonight is, yes, I think I have it now. Good evening, Evelyn.
Good evening, Kevin. Good evening, everybody.
Nice one. Good to have you here. I know it's not an easy day for you. Lots of recollections to be done today. We know for some time now you have been on social media. If you are not even on social media, you've been getting a lot of TikTok videos and some stuff on WhatsApp and all that. How have you been coping? Before you officially start the interview, how have you been coping?
What I do is I simply ignore. That's the best thing to do in this circumstance. Yeah, I simply ignore.
Okay. I hope you are ready for this interview, and I would like to ask this question before we officially start the interview. You have decided to grant us this interview. You are not under any instructions from our network. You have not agreed with us on any hidden facts or anything. You are here by yourself, and you decided to take or grant this interview.
Right.
Great. Mete say akuya bagire enna bagire no umami bi. I think I need to ease the tension a little bit. Inti say okuya bagire no na meso baby akuya bagire no media men share anti enti ehina akuya bagire no sana na nkofo bi ka e social media.
Mete say sister bi so kra akuya kon beef. Nti end na say ye be no album.
It's also akuya kon beef. Okay.
Me say yeah, but Ghana me say no me friend woman nankasa shop no ye ne dia omode asem cho no so no. And she clearly said say onim hwe and onim de nti omo yesa, and I actually got her on record and recording, you know. And I home be asem no.
Okay. All right.
For now, let me thank you and your good team for deciding to interview me and for also agreeing to stay within the perimeters of legal advice, and I said within what my lawyers has advised. Thank you, and thank you everybody for watching.
Okay. I guess you've just set the tone for the interview itself. This interview is going to be 1 hour, 10 minutes flat. After that, we are not picking phone calls. We've already gone through these instructions, so it's going to be a straightforward interview, and then here we are. Now, call. Now, we are here today because there was a time na in Ghana and yet you pictures be on social media. Now pictures na you no na wo Evelyn ujina Ghana presidential jet na pictures be so esa by an out jet nim na president team be chief of staff team ni nipa bi so ewom. Now I think say a ho ene e costate Serwaa Broni incense no ebae aba be drew this point nipa be bra kansem. We've heard different narrations and all that. Now before I start this interview no, I'd like to ask you one first question. Say wouldn't him abranti be a friend of Hope Sinadoe?
Minimum. Madam for dear, but I got to know him through a mutual friend in UK. Maybe I would to Canada, know him assistance, and that friend reached out. Before we go on, let me say this. I would like to introduce myself because Nkofo name is just Serwaa Broni. They don't know who I am, what I do. So my legal name is Evelyn Edu. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered for 20 years. Baby, I'm here Juma. I've been a nurse there for 17 years, and I still work there. I'm currently a medical student at University of Athabasca, Alberta, University of Alberta, and I did my nursing at Athabasca. Yeah, kind of saying, I've lived in Canada for 28 years. I'm a mother of 5 boys, 4 from my past ex-husband, my past relationship, and 1 from my current relationship. And I think that's good for people to get to know who they're dealing with. And again, thank you. you are a man and you've allowed me, a woman, to come here and discuss what a man that I was friends with, in this case, a president, did to me in terms of a criminal activity. So thank you very much.
Yeah. So with my earlier question, I'll say you just know Hobson Adreye and should I get a friend like that? We'll be introducing each other.
No.
My next question is, are you on a mission to blackmail the president of the republic? Because Yati in Kofa can say Serwaa Broni is on a mission.
No. I am not on any mission. No, I'm not on any mission to blackmail Obia. And nobody has sent me. I'm a big woman. I'm not a baby. I'm in my 40s. And Nkofo Bebresu were thinking this has something to do with politics. Politician be and politician be and if I had wanted money for Aseme told me, today would not be the day I'll be coming out. Last few months would not be the time I would have been coming out. Now I'm coming back on team before the elections. So this is Asema mene Kufuadu enya nkita hundie bi na wa man Nkofo bi de boni bi adi me e da so ha me e na me pese me ka ho asem. Enya obi ana asoma me. Now I think said the Ghana force Ghanaians don't tend to understand compensation settlement. And he said, Obi ya oboni no se ma gia tum se ma ya oboni bi. Me pese me ma obi bi said the be ya fa me court. And I say even so fa lawyers kra na lawyers ni bit me agree say ya the assembly court e be say and nipa na kra wa ya oboni ni timi fa ono an legal team say ye mra nipa ne nchen. Ni emusa ne say ye betimi compensate no na wagya amanaka. And I say be our suffer trauma be and medical cost be ye betimi approach no na wagya amanaka. And in my case that is what happened. The team mechanics say negotiators, or I should say the team of
we'll go I think so we'll get to that point.
Anyways, the point is I'm not blackmailing anybody, and nobody is also bribing me, because that is how it looks. It looks like either the president is bribing me not to talk, or I'm blackmailing anybody, but it's not. It's a plain cut compensation that we had negotiated, but there's nothing like that.
Uber to me in less than 30 seconds. Ama obia or shows is here and adwene and say asama kano obejiwe dino. Dear na obi to my canende. Dear na obi to my chair and the amasani pano ajiwedi, because and you be an ajo asamidi.
Dear meet me I can say sentowa da. Me situation akoye situation whereby obi nsahye wenum na opesa okani pano. In this case, the Kufuado na nsahye menum. Na wanya Nkofo bi to say hope sin so support to Kufuado so you know obo wapampem. Then I have family members who are also holding my jaw not to bite down. And me, the victim, is the one that's suffering right now. And I say that they meet me I can say that. I wanted to say my family members will be very upset. Mom, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Me papa, my aunties, my auntie bi okroma brekum sewa. Oni ni kunu MPP for mpenyu fo ni na na ose agimai. Hobson himself has been contacting them, telling them so money menkasa, memfa we mabonte, but then he himself will then go around and share information about my stolen device na wo mo too. Cheap vloggers, obi okra minimum. You meet people at occasions, where she'll be a party, and say, they come on Facebook and say, minimum, they grow up, where I've not known these people anywhere. And it's sad. So it's not my intention to be here. It's not very easy for me, because my family members are wishing I wouldn't come here. My partner wish I didn't come here. But the point is, I'm not here to be good, and I have to stay within legal ramification way. I can't just come here and show naked photos, naked videos. Yeah. But do I have such things in my possessions? Yes, I do. When I came out in October, Kufuado himself, he goes around dating all kinds of girls, and he has a clean-up team who cleans up. And some of these girls actually came in my inbox.
I know, you have a lot of things to say, but there's a specific reason here. Maybe say you can't assemble one after the other. Send be omo mutio no ye obi o ha and then otio. And I'm Mr. Obro for net de pa, but ana katwi ni kakramai na
amakatwi.
I memeti yeti hausa and Quebec hausa yeti equipment Quebec yeti hauna, but I think that what we are comfortable to me yes yenyini woman nti yetumi katwi ni do a ebetumi aboa ama yenyina yate ahomase.
Question person Musa me asante half me bono half me infante so half nti makatwi.
Me that's it. A crime bear so and I say, how did you meet Ekufuado? Maybe some better country and repair Potibena who Ekufuado first and it didn't come.
Okay,
sorry, Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado, president of Ghana. Mami Kanisa.
Nana Ekufuado, the president of Ghana.
Yes.
Ishiano May 2014. May 2014. Ewa Accra. You can say East Legon. ANC Mall, precisely Coffee Lounge.
That means you're not on your president then.
Debbie, not on your president.
Obekai Oma Nebia Omonenam and answer Wosunipa Nam. We just want to have because as Semia Bekano Habia, we need to support it.
Na onon kwan enam, but na media me madam fubi ene me mami yunu na nenam.
Okay. Question I that Obiano Obia person who say. They be a relationship. When Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado atwempena.
Okay, so the answer to that question is yes. Me ba out in October, no, because I wanted everybody to focus on the trauma that I've been through, the incident that happened, the crime that was committed. I had to play around that, but Ghana for entimi antemase. And they went jumping for the relationship. So yes, the answer to that question is yes.
The trimpena, impena tribu ha a telephone sumpena, a bu also a radio sumpena, impena tribu ha a long distance relationship. Wouldn't another Dankwa Ekufuado, president of Ghana, a trimpena, Sebio, moye intimate, and I'll be better say, only president, my man kind of straight now because very important. These are, did you ever had intercourse with Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado? One Ekufuado enya enkitahudie da.
Okay, so the answer to that question, I've met him physically, yes. And let me tell you, I'm not a baby, he's not a baby. And before people meet to have such encounter, they have discussions. Yeah. I know Sengofo Bebre have been questioning because of my sexuality and whatnot. But what I can say is Ekufuado in bed is no more than a woman himself. So it was discussed. He has erectile dysfunction. There's no news about that. And so I saw him like another woman. And yes, I have had intimate relationships with him.
Oka brofon wa ubetumi akire mu twi se na ya no ma omutia no omubeti asie misro
na ansa na obi ni obi be hia ko edem no mature people no they discuss enti wono onim me and onim me sexuality Ghana for no dey kasa bebre no ne ma na nam no yesi but Ekufuado na ankasa no me se me ne da ho out se dem ne oba da ho enti enye news na ya discuss de da
enti na it is a companionship open such as a president in huni ho and na just companionship you spend the time together
yeah na say
na sa na person che mate see yamra eye de ekofa nsem we nyina baaye no ye hana ye hu pictures bi na wote presidential jetting eno no ekofa nsem bebre ba Ghana se eye den na ketesie sebio onye politician ye nim se or security clearance ade chin ya oti presidential jetting twitwa pictures na me kai say all the pictures we be I mean try na etifo so ebia pictures no manyi bi ehu no omoso enya idea of the year king Emma a year pictures to say picture we na edin kan a ebaye ana manfo busa ho nsem inti echire no ebi beka ho emi hu picture bi so eti say ana wote presidential jet him echire no pictures bi to say ebaye na danko Akufo the president na nkasa so eti jet him it looks like say ebi ana wote opposite because sibia picture ne tie no in fact, let me show all the pictures. Send you because me pese beja bibia o me pese obiate. Eye de ye kan nyina ase. Eye chief of staff so no so te eye presidential jet nim. Ye hu ye service no omusuo ma almost serve eye mo na mo jet nim no. Now my question is, I'm sorry, I say my system need delay kaka. There are a lot of people online now. Slow your system now. My question is say, Edien Akwenya when the mouse Akwenya no ma utumi kotena presidential jet na unya that security clearance no nipa wine ene boa wo ema utumi join is presidential jet na eko Kumasi no.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. And Sana, me sasem na no pesa me ka say Hobson ede audio bi ana me ma me kasa wo mu say oh where's your president nka uni man ka ka so wo fa ne asomesi minim said that will come after na sa audio no de pesa me ka fa ho ne say at my age not everybody I've encountered with and me ma minim no so my mother didn't know that I knew the president earlier but who me in a picture bi I posted in 2019 was when she did that audio. Okay, so na question you say me no presidential jet no Akufo himself na me wo Ghana me call Ghana July of 2019 my birthday and na ma call Ghana me have my time he was in France until me communicate you who say me wo Ghana no me come Ghana man kra no and no decide so person who me and na me man ya aware say me nya time no because time or be free in France me ba no me so me baba akuso birthday July sa until I would want to return and celebrate with me ba no and he was able to convince me say me na me ba nkasa and na me man who say adwuma mo so then I was able to get time off from work until free in France belande you know edana na adwona na ofre me no me kasa say ade chi a obekọ program bi a program na Saturday until person you fly Friday near Kumasi and I agreed to it. Not that time, no, we didn't cry the information. Ama JK Travel and Tour. Amasa Nipano Afreme. I arrange different tickets. I won't leave Ghana the date I was supposed to leave, but me train kakra. So a good for Adon Ankasa NMA me quine. And in fact, me cry time and I was say me share or more around 8 p.m. for the flight. No, I was busy somewhere with East Legon. SIB Tremuko soon to the time they waited about 45 minutes for me. Into somewhere no train no more train no and man smile I think the driver Joseph or somebody else e bad the car be leady me no so ni pakro the car be leady me on airport road kuma Accra to that baby no more no and in fact people were even asking say na lady o why ya train about 45 minutes for her so getting on that flight the Akufo they invited me
now uko through any security check because president need to quine wine na esaka sa trip no nipa wine na okay so almost happening and which checks ben akumu ansana utumi ekunya president jet mwatna
me pacho man co security checks BMT me pake me car ankasa no na me ye kan say me students for Marik bi me pake car na nipa no man de ne car be di manim no e ma me see na me yi me luggage ena eno ano na chese omokro matwen me ache nti na abegina flight na no a omotwen se meba me duru hwa na good evening ye chia no na madam for me nam so ye chia no ena no ano obi anche kehwe nipa no mo flight nim ye me ankasa Mr. Oseakoto
okay, Agric Minister.
Yes. And my major say, hey, even big man like this, Christ, over to trim Panada on your bad name, Punafu for Nunam Crana. I would think that the Nipanaba bag be separate room from yours, maybe a middle of the night, you guys figure yourself out. But that made me think, say, Adia or Tai, you know, Nipano ye bags, the many a Kufuado in Anets now, is free flight, and the many in Anets now, the same car, a call in Shayaso Honum. I could stay or Otun for guest house. And you drew on my bags and his were put in the same room.
Now, Otun for guest house, no. Why not a stay or
Chief of staff na me say when stay or say or program be done numero baby when stay or. But I think almost everybody else that was on board stayed there.
Okay.
In fact, who has stayed in the room right next to us.
Now, what can you say about this picture? Sorry, I think this is the picture I'm looking for. I just want to
cycle off.
What can you say about this picture?
And see that picture, no, it was a year in 2 parts. That's why Saturday on a panel time or more like you did any panel, you did that body, no. Then we came back home, had lunch, took a nap between 12 and 4. Into this picture was taken around 4:15-ish in the afternoon of Saturday, July. Na ya ready a year no ankasa. And we are sitting on the bed in the room where we had to stay. So called for guest house one. And sadly enough, I saw a photo, I think March 6, 2020, and I felt really, really bad and sad. And that photo was Ekufuado's wife. She also had photos I know I posted to Facebook within that environment. And I really felt bad that he would carry girlfriends to the same room where he sleeps with his wife.
Okay, I'm trying to find a picture. Usually for a year poster, no? Which I am not finding, but I think my team will get it for me. It was a room you guys shared. The reason why me winning is say, share these pictures me put it on the screen. We are building a story here. Me pese a man for sorry. Me pese a man for the beginning of everything. Seneba ye be drew na o count one seminar. A man for better was say the o cano bibia problem ni nyina e free, because as I speak to you now, I know say majority of Ghanaians any what you have gone through about a year One Ekufuado in Kitahum. There's one particular picture I am trying to find to put on the screen for you to at least confirm this picture. Now, Sebio, it's here for Ensube who say this particular took this picture because I want to ask say ankasa na ucha picture, because there's been a lot of misinformation out there. A man for person say even the pictures we are seeing no crampono, they are all Photoshop pictures, and that pictures no enyawo today. But I think I found a picture. I'm a person the show. There's a specific reason to person the picture we to screen so send beya obia oshibiano. You explain that picture and we move to other matters. People will understand your story. Now, picture we a picture we. We are very, very sorry. The system is quite slow because there are so many people online right now. Inti ama picture we the first picture me share now ne Ekufuado e wo dem a say yehwem chia the all kind and said the motim panosono, you could see, say, picture is see in panitini sono, and one is background no, room color no, the same thing. Picture way, picture bang.
Picture way, me and me try, me nine at the hono. And I saw share and tumana, a woman I am on now, we send tumana and if I need the you know. Now we were supposed to get up around 4 and get ready. Me sorry, Jan, until no, that hono. And I'm the one that took the picture actually, and me na me nine that hono.
So you can confirm and say Neba Dukia came to the room and saw you in his room.
Oh, so on one or share red t-shirt or that hono. In fact, I think that's the one in Nokra Dukia herself came in the room, not Shani Papa, and I had to tell her, said the man is in the bathroom taking a shower. Her room was right next to mine. We sat in the same car. I mean, we had chit chat. We ate together on the same dining table. It's not a big deal.
Who else came to the room whilst you were there?
I think that, so we were supposed to stay till Sunday evening. Saturday, and I had an emergency in the evening and decided I'll leave there. And while he was trying to convince me to stay because now it's your call for her, on it, Mr. Seaku. And they wanted me to escort them. And he all tried to convince me, I'm still there, I have to go. I have a pressing way to go. No, he had just finished taking a shower or found a phone Fred, one of the bodyguard, Kofi. And I was shocked to know that he was there naked and Kofi would be able to walk in there to ask him, say, or friend or then, and then he was instructing and said, on friend a brother, now the brother no be free than a no, now the brother no, and who says or more qua or monemenko. Okay,
great. So now I want you to tell us the story. A year after all this encounter, what mama details about they're not ho, they're not on you ho. Cecia, I'm going to allow you to tell us from there how did all this start?
As in the stage robbery.
Yes, all the way to the president calling you, you texting the president. We are going to show all these things, but I want you to tell the story so that Omo Muti Onankasa can make sense out of everything.
Okay, so what happened is like I said, now was seeing Kietna Hotel Sunday and Saturday, then you call a year by me decided to me free home. Lucky enough, not Kufa the brother, no, and then a bad any chief of staff in a night almost be free home. So we all left together. And me could drew and media said minim day my could drew my man who said we've landed. The next morning, Sunday, I decided to post pictures on Facebook. What I actually posted was self picture and I'm in Coimagina flight in anymore. And then I posted, I think 1 or 2 that I was within the flight. And I post 2 many Kennedy Japan photos be. And Kennedy crowd pictures the statement be making a prompting because you'll be back Canada minimum. Because of Madame Fubia or Warren a cousin. And you're about minimum. And you no share me wo ye call a year near the Ecotina baby ma or Moko Didi. Whom you honors you intra pictures or Jimmy phone ma will be so try post to know be my Canada phone say. So that thought was in my mind. When I woke up, I chose to post many Kennedy pictures and then I added some of the photos in the flight. About an hour later, let me call a free Ekufuado say. And then I post to a picture being me post to. And I didn't know, I couldn't be in a flight. Nobody had told me there was no security at EBNT. Right away, you know, I'm sure okay. Min delete and no sure saying Hamedia. Ain't not menema men and I'm not Gino delete or the whole post. We thought that was it. Throughout the day, I had numerous calls from Kofu and Ekufu them a number memo to find out. Then you be call send a BC. And then I pictures. I mean, I didn't understand what was going on. The long and the short story is we ended up meeting Kempinski, myself, Mame, Da Costa, who is a Kennedy Japan cousin, and Onwa Kennedy. No. And today, me person Kennedy Bano Beka says, what did we meet there to discuss? And why was there the panic?
And this goes to Kennedy Japan.
Yes. No, and yeah, no, the only question I have for Kennedy, since I'm already on Kennedy, I want Kennedy to also come and tell me, say, January 2020, discussion ben on me have oye. Now discussion ben so no ne one Colonel Poku Michael Poku, any John Buedu, meet to discuss and be aye. Why not I me bonny and no more compensate me? Nay, then. And I'm a second can Subeka say, me, my Jessica born in Semudana because not even one city. Maju or Ken Semuda.
Can I
any reason at all?
Right?
I mean, she know physically that, but I'm sure say or no, yes, because I think some of the pictures I have posted when I was WhatsApp status.
Okay, you can go ahead. Inti Koso.
Inti Kennedy na me busa no nye Kennedy na me pese me busa ne say anyembia or diska bia ma me da na because me ngiska bia won nsemu da. Ena me pese me hu say a day discussion and omoko have we nti omu decide say they would need to compensate me na ye bone ben. Na hwan so nti na no omo be compensate me.
So, yeah, go ahead. After
okay, so if conversation you know, na a Sunday, the Monday, myself and then we went to Akufo-Addo office on invitation by himself, obviously. So there was nothing big deal. No more fees or story be resurface will face a year media so then Rebecca say me wine any other identity Kobas Mecca say oh me MPP for woman organizer or Canada near there. So we made up that BBNC. I left Ghana and I'm back Canada. 23rd July 2019. That was it. Asuni Akufo-Addo communicate. There was nothing going on. He came here to Canada September. That's the 28th or so. No for US, no bad program. And that so within few days, no, I had gone to visit him at the presidential suite. I know still Toronto downtown. And that was where he told me, say, national security for no more interested in my phone. But time or moment, when I'm free Ghana, dada. Because the incident came out on Sunday. I saw him Monday. I left Tuesday. So there was no time. And people said, why? And I said, with the obviously. That was it. And it didn't, I mean, why would they be interested in my phone if there's nothing on my phone? And I want Akufo-Addo himself or send somebody to come on social media and say that conversation never happened.
Okay.
September, no, we're free Hanoma Ghana. And Meneno have a whole lot of misunderstanding between the 29th of September and October 1st. Until me decided I'm picking the calls be me dreaming. And he called me on the 14th of October. And also I'm really me come to school then he wants to help near the other. And I'm sure me cry me bagana. Me plan is me bagana be delay me down be 70. No, so okay, what frame me am in fact. And I'm sure me who the course. And no. After that, no, within sa week, no frame me am fa. No, mama hope since so fresh me say, opa me chobe sa ba Canada. Na meti me buku hotel amana. And thinking back at the incident that happened, I figured Senna Hopesin was coming really for me to maybe find a way to get my phone or whatever it was. Because when I made Akufo-Addo know, said me ame bagana no, Hopesin's trip never came on. There was never any more conversation of, oh, buku hotel, mami. At some point, my friend Hopesin one day catch her and said, bra, ubenya ba, mami hu me ame kwa Ghana. But meet me a buku hotel nama. Se mini hokra na discount leader mi dimu, you will get it. And he says, so only dates you know dream honey ade. And then at some point, and Akufo-Addo mami who said, only Hopesin akasa. Na Hopesin onya ntu ne kwan na he will be the one meeting me. Because date na me de bedru Ghana. No so Akufo-Addo the same day he was flying to Russia. And you know, just say me no or my Hopesin be meeting me. And something strange between Akufo-Addo calls was the day he thought I would be London, na Monday the 21st, but that was the day I was actually leaving here to get there the next day. Me ne ka say we an channel sabe friend bi busam say na Mayor transit to him, which was very weird. Now already on him say Mayor transit to Amsterdam. Then he called again to confirm say Mayor transit to Amsterdam and how many hours I was staying, and it didn't make sense because I may back Ghana now obi be shia me or airport to Ghana You only need to know the time I'm landing in Ghana. You don't need to know the transit way. But maybe airport, I don't stay within the airport. I always check out and come back. So I'm not sure what that was also all about.
Okay, so Ukodru Ghana no, from your Facebook Live no, and I saw incident in CA. In fact, I think majority of the people watching us no, they know about that incident. So-called national security force and for came to attack you and your partner. Almost any other day. There's one thing that you have never talked about. I think so after the incident, you know, Mukoye report our police headquarters. Na CID headquarters.
Yes.
Na Madam Tiwa and na a year CID boss then. Na anything I started a year interview, Busa was say Hobson Adoye unim the same. And there's been a couple of times about social media so Wabaka say hotel room on when Rahoda. He didn't come there one baby, he never entered your room. Now, for some reason, we have an audio. Time call a year, Madam Tiwa office. Madam Tiwa oho. Hobson Adoye so by no. Engagement in no. Hobson Adoye made you people know say, ura a year room ho. Na you people cannot say of a bibi and I say one fa bibi and I would second computer and some fun. I think say from the Hobson Aka from day one, Edia Tunko for team our Ghana say on no hotel hodia he never entered your room, and there are so many evidence, video, interviews, or Facebook. I think say you gave us this material. You per say bo na Ghana for etie. Senebeya say oh kase the whole thing was staged and Hobson was the man behind it. Obiso ebeti ukase nasi. Until let's take a few minutes. Na membo this audio. It happened in Madam Tiwa's office. Abra woho, your partner, Madam Tiwa nankasa, and a Hobson. Any mana bonidino, opokuno, eba ho.
Nak Colonel Opokuno bin any po hoye Tiwa no na assistants mienu.
Okay.
Ba koni a friend of Felix or CID assistant. And or hene bi a so CID assistant na no mo friend or ba how dress it say or hene a wa she fubu de ma sheshe ne ho but na inti na yes 6 na we dem ho.
Okay, so far nobody knew say there was a recording going on at our CID boss office, which happened. Inti moment when we come back, I have a few questions. Then we will delve into other matters. The conversation between Wo and Kufuado, conversation between Wo and John Boydu, conversation between Wo and people who were put together to compensate you, and a whole lot of things. Now into me and for finality and two ways. So this is an audio interception. I see Madam Tiwa office Abra a year Evelyn. She got robbed. Omukoye case police headquarters. This is the audio.
He doesn't have a political career yet, so he will do anything. He said he can never do that. Only. It's whatever that also of protection or more laptop. Why was he in my room? Also attached. For what? Why was he in my room? You know, we can still take fingerprint from him. Yeah. So why was he in my room? No, I haven't. What's over that? Oh, me who so was over that? Minimum. It's a quotation that Ben. Name what? No. Also, now to share. If you go to a reception and take a key card and come to now that same day, I can't say them ring it doorbell. Already was telling mommy I'm a big woman. Wouldn't be a mayor of the hotel. Wouldn't say that to come and open the door. That day been robber. When to me uncle. No, but who does that? But what company is all that here? No, short that here. No. Okay. Because for you to actually be asking Rosie, he knows you know something. But you rent a room for me. Wouldn't say me no one call reception, no one call just no one call the door. For what? That they have a confrontation and say, robbery attack, because at the time the robbery happened, when he went to the Winya police station, he was going to let's all be very calm. I don't want to create another scene. But let me tell you, I have no do anything to destroy you. I know how it is when somebody is destroying you and probably I don't have any intention to, but I have a job to do, and I have to do that. This morning I had a call from the Canadians, and they said they should trust me. And I'm not going to assume that I give you the delivery that in now. So I will not do anything for you also to think, because of that. Please, you rented the room for Edmund. Yes, okay, in your name. Why?
Well, before I started, I am very disappointed.
No, but
very
we are doing our job. You can be disappointed, but
yes.
You see, as you know, the robbery. Look at this. On Saturday or Sunday. Informants for officers for me. I know the robberies you can crack, and I'm so don't worry. My officers, once I mean said, or when he said we were interested case, no more. Just Sunday, you call again, send information about it because of you don't have any ID, you don't have anything near that. And I'm so okay, I'm on fire because sometimes maybe when I'm robberies attack me in my house, they test your fun or community. And for me to hear this morning that he could have something to do also.
You were even defending yourself, I showed you the pictures and videos of it. First of all, you are not me. If you want me to start talking, I'll start talking. The room I'm in, yes, it's in your name, you paid, you rented the car, but somebody else authorized you to do that. And that person have interest in my phone. You know that.
Who addressed me?
But the person himself told you know that. You gave me 20,000 Ghana cedis. Was it from you? This is from the government. I know that.
Do you know where it's coming from?
Where is it coming from?
Talk
but the person himself told me that he has asked me to sort me out.
Madam, I am.
Why were you in my room? Why were you in my room? Can you please tell me why you were in my room? I just want to know.
When I was in Canada, were you coming to my room or not?
I was bringing you food.
When you having my key? When
you came to that hotel, did you know I was there or not there? No. When you came to the you cannot intimidate me. You did not do anything for me. No, you did not do anything for me. You cannot intimidate me. When you went to that, listen, you have not robbed me. You wanted information on my phone. You cannot rob me.
What do I do on your phone that I want your phone?
So okay, please tell me.
What do I do?
Don't shout because me man about.
Why were you? What do I do that is on your phone?
I cannot do it.
There's
Why was he in my room?
I want to know what is on the phone.
They were in room in Canada. Me the 2 keys. No, I am aware. Tell me what key. Even me what key me buy me from. Oh, me peba nkunne no aye dia na dia. Na me we are aware. Me na do na no ma frɛ. Me and Anna no key me without key. Did you have a key when you rented the room for me?
Yeah.
Me my key.
That the man 2 keys now.
Please.
So what I've seen, no, you see, you don't know. I've been to the Washington and the intelligence.
I know it's a timeless.
When we are interested in relationships, that is not what is important. What I'm interested in is the robbery. The robbery on that broad daylight now. I
National
security.
My staff, it was not robbery.
Me, I know them. I know them, but I did not say that I know them.
National security.
I just said I don't know them because if I have said I know them, if I have said me woman it's close.
We didn't want
national security. So if I see national security, I almost died. I almost died. I almost died.
We are not looking for whatever has come back between the two. We are looking for who robbed you, whether it's
and my interest is in knowing Miss Okay. That was Thursday. Menene Kasai was sending unfortunately my phone. Was sending me message on WhatsApp. Where are you? And I'm saying why? And I'll say, are you at the hotel? No, I'm the ma'am. And I'm PDS.
No, a DBS.
DBS, whatever. Roofing sheet company. Let me check.
Spinters Road.
And I'm the chairman. And I'll say,
no, I'm
the other car. And I'm a friend. I'm saying, oh, and I'll say,
who you'll be there?
But me, now me that's it. Me back to my car. When I'm saying, floor say, now I catch a driver and so said, I said, oh, you be a new movie. I said, go to the guy. And I'm a friend. I'm saying, patrol. And I'm saying, okay. And the day before, no, I catch him sort of 10. And I'm still with you. And I'll see, I'm a driver and see, I'm running. And I'm still me conquer for few besides.
I was all catching and sana.
And I will crowd can say,
who you here?
Nothing will be a main call.
Now, about 9
or 8 p.m. And I'm saying, Miss, I'll be around till very late in the evening. My amount of time. Now about 1:30, now showing. But you bring who besides and no to go. Mammy, or no one in the whole trouble. So, but this is where the cross is. Mimi Frel, me bar hotel. And I'm going to reception. They said, me pay Mr. Hobson number. Ya Jimmy Foons is here. Or no, the book number and the number. And I let me the princess for your not the supervisor. You went to the hotel at 12:50 p.m. You must be down. So if it's a Jimmy, I want to Jimmy. Why not make it? Why would you say to me, Mama? That is why I catch him to me, Mama.
You can say if you
know stop it.
Somebody are big.
Papa went for okay. Yes,
but that is not the time you went in our room.
Oh, please.
You went in the room at 1:36 p.m. You pick us here at midnight. Why is it trying to say
check footage midnight?
We are going to investigate this.
We are going to
We'll take the from all of them.
How did you midnight?
I have never denied. I have never denied, madam. I have never denied. Oh, please. You cannot intervene.
Hey.
Whatever that we plan to
Let's get to the bottom. Then I also know what to do. Then I also know what to do.
When was he in my room? And he was still out to date. When he can't tell me, like, oh, Evelyn, Mooney walk around about home.
From this, room 307, 370. 3 times. Adam so give me a piano so can you confirm your identity so go to that boy I don't want no it's not mean that you can study that. I walked straight to the place. You
knew we were not there.
Oh, Evelyn.
All right, so hello Serwaa.
Hello, Kevin.
Yes. Where your interaction is see our Madam Tiwa office after the incident, that stage robbery now, they be outcome one seven. And in the office, no, here now Hobson Eka said he actually went to your room. He wouldn't deny that, but we've seen him on social media platform. Oka said he never even came there. What room they were there or honey there? But what saved you? Oh, sir, a confrontation. Say you guys recorded a confrontation. Oma no more room hono. Can you stress on that again? And just let us know. Sir, audio ya yeti ya ebia nipebi enim. Mayehu die ema sa confrontation about, because we are taking notes and we want everybody to follow the fact. And internet meaning so waka, but let us know. Why am I not room ho? Sir, conversation we see here.
Nti room no initiate a chance ya ne kasa na hopes ni hobi na ye me tiwa maame police CID a friend of Felix and police CID or your hene or my friend Nana earlier that morning no me din kind the video any pictures akoma tiwa amene who say Hobson any hotel card record I show time I will be back with them we a guest we a cleaner whatever cleaners no mudin was. And I actually got it into 2 times 24-hour military way and then you kind of say the other time, so it will show say 13:30 something hours, which is a real 1 something p.m. Hobson had entered the room. We were robbed at the Wenya at exactly 1 p.m. 36 minutes after that, Hobson was already in my room. Now, the audio now TNA more than an hour audio now.
Yeah, it's in fact, also me catch your listeners say it's a very long audio. And at a point, the CID boss, Madam Tiwa, the conversation got to that point where they were all discussing, said the president is there, because there was one questioner, Mote said, yes, Evelyn, Ebusa, Hobson Adoe, and I said, Madam Tiwa Busan and say, demo. And there was another question which was very important, said 20,000 Ghana cedis now demand on wine and one or demand, and I say you will be the demand. Hobson could not answer that question. Into a long audio, we will release the long audio. The course about how Madam Tiwa knew said they were talking about Ekufuado, and she also made some comments. Okay, so and I can say this, and some part of the audio, Madam Tiwa can say, she would love for this the relationship to go ahead. And I say, Evelyn can say she fears for her life. She doesn't want to go on with this relationship. And Madam Siwa jokingly or something, she was like, knowing the old man, my friend old man, I think in the audio, my friend old man, the president at the point Mobodin. Into that audio too will come out, the full audio for people to listen to. But because of time, we just wanted you people to have an idea of what transpired in that room. In some way, Madam Tiwa Enim said the president's name was in there, Hobson's name was in there, and all that.
Pachawan. Enti conversation no baby. Hobson be say me busa ne say me ne wakasa no pa so pese obehwehwe maka kiro say me ne unni saa adamfo saa enti me ba me hu so hu me big deal me call baby also see why you busy also call baby enti anwumre 9 or after 8 ye be hia. Why would you come to my hotel 1:30 without calling me and was your friend me enti e ho no say me de omadi kan rob me age me phone. Hobson to hook on the phone, and Bibusan is okay. You have your phone in your hands. The record of you calling me should show on your phone. Say yesterday or the day before, whatever. I'll frame me 1:30 because also I fresh several times. Over reception also, receptionist not free, but the video does not show the receptionist making a phone call.
Yeah, he only went let me show that picture. Go ahead.
And Hobson, instead of showing his phone and the records, he just said, say, Meko MTN, record number. The phone was in his hand.
So that's what happened. Now, when I get that Hobson picture now or hotel, and I think say you've shown it before. Or hotel or call reception. I think the CCTV, Madam Tiwa Kraka can say CCTV cameras not capture, but the audio will be out. Now, I think say we time into it. Let's talk about the other parts of this whole. And remember, this is part 1. The reason why we are doing part 1, and I say, I think Serwaa has some questions she wants to put out there. And the legal team say if they don't get answers to those questions, then we will be forced to release whatever materials left. Some questions will be coming out who were deeply involved in the process. After that stage, that's why I'm saying we are working within some legal framework. We cannot, or I cannot give a lot when it comes to videos, audio, conversation. Now, Amanfuaka said, before we go to this compensation issue, Amanfuaka said you never had any conversation with Akufo-Addo, text message or emails. You never knew Akufo-Addo's number. How can you get Akufo-Addo's number? Akufo-Addo will never text you. We have 1 or 2 or 3 chats between any Akufo-Addo and what the president, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Etrobreo time after incident this year. Incident this year, I would like to put this on the screen if you want to speak on it. This conversation, it's a chat between yourself and Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. This is the 1st of November 2019. And it was a conversation, a texter or send a command. Now, when you read, hello, Nana, I am baffled a bit. Last time we sat over dining table on September 29th this year. And I think you have narrated the story at time about Canada and one it's now a year in hotel room or Mudidi any other day. Now, you went on in a conversation with the president, and at this point, the president actually responded. And the response from the president, Evelyn, yes, my security team advised I distance myself from you. They were also interested in your device. However, I didn't order the attack. I'm calling. This conversation, was it between yourself and the president?
Of friends, so na mene maame nyina na wo. And that conversation actually got recorded, and he also repeated it on that conversation. Said, "Ononema security, national security were interested in my phone. A conversation on me I have, but on there on Suma." When he went on to even say within that year, no sena education minister or somebody else had been robbed and whatever, but it didn't justify what had happened to me.
Okay.
And now, right now, because of legal issues and whatever, and this case still being before the legal team,
so I don't want to push it. Was this chat too between yourself and the president? After your message, this was the response from Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Hello, Evelyn. You are still my babe. I didn't know say you are babe all this while. Hello, Evelyn. You are still my babe. Please keep cool, and your girlfriend will be fully sorted out after the elections. Will be sorted out after the elections. John, and this John here is who?
John Boadu. Okay.
John informed me you had agreed to wait, so I didn't understand the mails of requests. I would love to call you, but I have noticed my calls frustrate you. It's busy times. Be patient a little more. Thank you. This is from the president. DNA leading to this text message from the president, because I know you have already texted up there.
Okay, Nti, what happened is between January 2020 all the way to time or more elections, they had Akufo-Addo Nankasa himself from November. But if anything, I'm sending a message. Maybe one hope sending bloggers here, I'm sending a message. Then he will send a message across. So what became me sending a message Biana, then he sends it to John Boadu, and I want to kasa because when he said John Boadu has been a very long time friend of mine. So they are coming John Boadu na John have contacted me. I kept at some point John crack at me said, "Oh, the man contacting me on be delay with that, no one sorting me out, all that." But me I'm sending a message. Because what the trauma I went through, this is a point. The trauma I went through is so severe that some Facebook page Akufo-Addo like to say COVID announcement, all those things that I just get this panic attack and I get upset and I will constantly message him that this and this you did to me. So I had sent him a message saying, hey, you claim you're going to settle me for the crime you committed. Where's the money? This and that. And that was the response he sent.
Okay. Now, with these ones, now we don't go too much into it because of the rules your lawyers gave us, because they have audio recordings of telephone conversations near the identity. They told us not to stress too much on it because it's something they are working on. Now, can you confirm, even though this is not the phone number we put out, is this the president's number?
Yes, and there's another one.
Okay, so this is the first one. And these are the two numbers. I'm going to show the second one, but these are the numbers you had conversations on, which you have records of.
Yes.
All right. This is also the second number of the president.
Right.
Okay. We wanted to confirm that. Now, it's exactly 6:03. After we're going to take a break for 3 minutes. When we come back, we're going to talk about a compensation group, people who are pulling the strings behind the scenes to make sure, say, Evelyn was settled. But the question is, if you haven't committed a crime, why is there compensation if nothing happened? If the president doesn't know anything about the incident, if the president says he's never seen this lady before, people making noise, why should there be a compensation? If I've not committed a crime, there's no way I have to compensate anybody to shut up. After this short break, I'll be back with our guest, Evelyn, to finish our conversation. You're still watching, with all due respect, exclusive interview with Evelyn on Loud Silence TV. All right, let me try and get us something. We wanted to take a quick break, but it's looking like the system is so jammed. Too many people online right now. Too many people on TV. It's not even allowing us to drop anything in the feed. So we will go ahead and just discuss the last part of the interview. That is the compensation part. All right. So we are back. We are back. Let me see, sir, we can get our guest system. And why should we be compensated if the president knew nothing about what happened?
And the answer, yes. He agreed. He actually proposed to compensate me. Mm-hmm. And he asked me an amount, and I proposed an amount.
Yeah.
me can't amount in because of legal way. I won't mention the amount here. Yeah. And if you see the conversation between me and John Boadra, you will see the amount is mentioned there where John is also confirming the amount. And there's an audio conversation between me and few others. I'm sending that amount was also mentioned there. And he had John, Ken Japan, and this Colonel to negotiate that amount I requested, and what percentage did he give me, and even that amount, the person who would hand it down also took a percentage out of it, adding in our audio, my all recordings of it.
Okay.
For legal reasons, we just wait here.
Who, when this compensation process started, because we have on record a document that was signed between you, your party, and the president's party. A compensation was proposed by the president, and those compensations were supposed to be paid. For some reasons, we can't show that document. And those people there, and I know, sir, there are a few people who know about this document. Can you tell us, Nipa, or more access to this document? And then can say, say a document like that was put together.
Okay, so that document, Nipa Omo, so there's a lady that, out of the respect for my legal team, they don't want her name mentioned, and I won't mention her name because I also saw this motherly figure in her, and I think for the few times I met her, she actually tried to secure my safety and all that. So I won't mention her name, but that lady, her name is there, and she's been pushing for her boss and the people that do the cleanup job to do the right thing. So she's aware of it. She has a copy. I have a copy. You now have a copy. My legal team has a copy. All the euphoria tests that are involved have a copy. Wagus has a copy of that.
Wagus has a copy of the compensation agreement.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, I think that he's also
they will talk to you when this compensation thing started. Are there some people, powerful people in Ghana, who tried behind the scenes to talk to you about this issue I see between one president?
So between 2019 and till now, there have been a whole lot of people trying to get in between that. I wouldn't want to mention OBLD, but they know themselves, and there have been a whole lot of people trying to, it been the few names I've already mentioned. It be a Ken, John Boedu, John assistant, or my brother. My name is money but no, so he walks right hand to John. The woman that I shouldn't be mentioning her name, and few others. Yes, in fact, even Bumpty himself was part of. He has a copy of that legal document that you have.
Now, apart from politics group, are there people outside Bia almost try to talk to you?
Talking to me or
trying to negotiate, basically, let's say it that way.
There've been countless people I guess party favors that they've tried, and I've told them, I don't want to, which you have recordings of it, I don't want to take OBS Sika to make it look me. So if anybody thinks that they want to solve this issue, they should contact my legal team, and that those things have been negotiated like that. Yeah.
I want to ask you a straightforward question. The president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has he ever threatened you before?
I wouldn't say he's directly threatened me, but he's told me, if so, Sanyawa Brand Sanawanya the position, if anybody dares, that is a threat, because I was daring him.
Was it a telephone conversation or was it a text message?
It was a telephone conversation.
And he specifically said, can you quote him?
Or say that this was October 1st when we were having that argument, and he just said, like picture that me posted and then other things I have on my phone. I mean, if he said, I opened up a YouTube account and I gave him the password. It was a secret account, I gave him the password to it, and he, I don't know, so name YouTube most, and he went on like, if it comes out, then or no, sana what brand sana when you're in a position, you know, if anybody dares, so yes, bring in a political career down, and I think it's a threat, but not like I'll kill you, any of that, no.
Okay, you said you have some questions for some people, and on the line, no, because if those people don't come out to confirm their Kenya, as I spoke to your legal team, no, they will give me the green light to bring you back the part 2, and then whatever materials is there, no materials are no, you be to me they are 12 on today. I'm going to allow you to talk to people you know directly. They have talked to you, you have spoken to them, they know this matter, and because you want to protect your credibility. Now, Mobiati, I say you are not doing this for money, but there are people who know about all this and all that happened. I'm just going to allow you to do that part if you're comfortable.
Sure. Before I do that, no, a little something small about what PTSD is, and because I'm a medical way, so let me just talk something about it. Me ba bontin me be kasa October and I say, oh, adia kufuado I mean I've suffered PTSD, which I'm still suffering PTSD. It's a post-traumatic disorder. It doesn't mean meaning the America, you go on people's page and they write, oh, na konum wedro. If say generally about 80% of people suffers PTSD. And yes, obi di tu obesi wo so nkwa. Obi wo ha wanyem and wa wo na ne bewu and now when you miscarriage, that person has this fear, say me konyim bi mu ebia when your car accident that what take man now e ma show. Your brain sends this sharp signal, allowing you to start fearing for your life, to think, say, at the end, be a tool, no, be better me as a tool. There's a whole lot of examples. In my case, what happened to me is because of a mammy and Sadi a chujina mene and kofoso, air to na ya car door, my sister go all the time, so mobo no biamo, my name car door, they slammed it on my foot, so I suffered hematoma. And ama a fear my brain signals me. So when I'm not my brain will tell me, say, hey, you may not be safe. Then I have to pack my hair very way to my surroundings. My hair very me check bibia, na my packing, na my taking deep breath. Me fear me say I've put security cameras all over the place and I still don't feel safe. And the worst part was when Hobson decided, say, or de me fee address, me birth certificate, me information, me mankophobia. And no be na ama boy be or tick room ha minimum no see name me. Ejina court to say because of my personal information or my better abonting. So before I go that 9% go for what PTSD and yes will be about them. I am sure say will be our 9 out of 10 people watching us would have suffered something called PTSD, whether you've been raped before, teacher be our school or boom. Into they say obi because I know obi or cry starve no oni obi net command the science de bia na aduane stock. PTSD is just something you've suffered, whether you've even witnessed obi or who say abuse obi and a car obi and we who accident be, and you have this panic when you are approached with such a situation. So that's all there is to that.
How
now
yeah, with your family, your new Wankasa family on your, how did it affect you? Your relationship with your family or ma and your partner, how did this affect psychologically?
You have absolutely no idea, and it's still going on. You know, I'm a mother of boys, and boys near mama, I'm a you can tell. So when they knew I was down, I mean, like I said, baby, I've worked there for 17 good years. The only time I take off is to go on vacation. And for me to have taken time off because of this PTSD, it's a big deal. And before I'm able to say for the questions I want to ask, all these people who have a copy of the document you have, they also got a copy of my medical records. They requested the emails between me and the president, or between me and a Canadian government, between me and the embassy, between me and victims abroad Canada. They have detailed information before the compensation team would agree on anything. They had information as to how much time I've missed from work, how much trauma I suffered, who I saw, what I took, what therapy I went through, and here we are.
So we will come to your final part where you want to pose some questions. Oyoba, how do you feel when you hear other women sit on platforms to make you feel, say, you don't know what you're talking about, you're a liar, and that they are superhumans, that they will never go through such a thing? You don't know a second the gun could go off. You know, the moment they tell you, self, when you see from na it could go off. No meanings obesity, but also because in a rush and all that, they could make a mistake and pull the trigger. What are you going to tell women, especially women in Ghana, who are going through different forms of these kind of harassment near their day from men near their day? You are a clear example of somebody who has experienced this and has decided, say, you want to speak about it. What are you going to tell them?
Kevin, the gun was not only going off while I was lying on the floor. The gun was going off while I was still in the car, shooting all over the place, asking me to get out. Miss Mabo seatbelt, and I wasn't aware of myself. Within that few minutes, said I had to take off the seatbelt. So I had to get help from Mommy to say, Eva, take off your seatbelt. So this trauma, these people who are all there saying, and you say, all I want to say is that pray it doesn't happen to you. And pray that if it happens to you, it will not be a person that you trusted as a friend who would actually send people after you. Because you would never know until you're in that situation. You will never know. And yes, a tuono could have even got me. What if I had a high blood pressure? You don't know. Situation. What small may attack me? I know, said they didn't tell the persons to kill me. Because in recent conversations, while they are trying to debate back and forth, they have actually said, if they knew Hobson will fuck up, excuse my Italian, if they knew Hobson will make a mistake, typing Serwaa on the way for me to come back and find that, they should and would have killed me. They didn't know that I will come back and find the evidence. So, put yourself in this situation, says, unuya or cousin or mommy, whatever, and somebody has done this to me, and the fact that my finding out the person is not sorry for what they did, they are sorry that they are caught, and that person wishes sense and who nim say me a chairman same way in aba and kebianka okume. I mean, how who does that?
So it's been confirmed from Omankasa that Hobson Adoye did not really follow the plan and he messed up.
Not that he messed up to kill me. He messed up when he came in the computer, when he came in my room, and used the password. Maybe he was supposed to clean it after. I don't know. But they messed up. And if they knew it would be like this, I would have been killed. Or we would have been killed.
What do you want to personally share with women in Ghana, especially? We know our society, the customs, the traditions. Your baby bro, they are facing worse things. Because when you see because you also have family, you have kids. It's not easy. What will you tell them? Because people need to start speaking.
I think, sir, we are all not the same. This is a bold step for me, but I'm also a very strong person. And you'll be honest to say me. But even if you cannot tell your story, to come on a camera to tell your story, maybe you should trust somebody to tell your story for you. Because these people are wicked people, criminals, and yet politicians. And there are people, just random people who are also like Akufo-Addo himself. And it's really terrible. And you cannot sympathize. This is where I bring Dokua into this. I'm older than her, but I could be her bigger sister. Her father introduced me to her as his friend. She saw me sleeping next door.
Dokua, Akufo-Addo Babano.
Yes.
Okay.
Dokua, the one who recently got married or something of a sort. She would come into that room. I would also communicate with her. We would sit and eat together, travel in the same car. And this has happened. And Oyobi and Papa are very close and they communicate. You have not been able to tell your dad, say, you know what you did is wrong. And you know when your dad, I am sure you know what he's capable of. And the same thing goes for the wife. Topless photo I heard the woman's reactions because when nobody, she knew say or no. When you guys were saying Photoshop. She knew, and she's been in that room. That particular room, when you go into the washroom where Onosoko, she uses that same room.
A O2 guest house.
O2 guest house. There's the jacuzzi bath on the right hand side to the back. Then there's a left side where, besides the toilet seat, they have that urinal or toto, or like a small, it looks like Ghana for because a small toilet seat. And that is where the government, the president will always put his sponge bag. And he uses coconut oil, and he would put his coconut oil in front of the vanity washroom. She saw that photo and she knew that was her husband. And I'm not the first. There have been countless girls who has this man's photos, videos, whatever, and the cleanup team will compensate them. A lot of them are in my inbox as well since October. So I would have hoped, say, her being a mother, I mean, she could give birth to me. Her being a mother, her being the first lady of whatever, you would urge your husband to do the right thing, even if the mistake has been done. But I mean, I don't know if this is their normal lifestyle or whatever, but Samia, I would be frustrated. She saw that photo and the conversation she had with people, I heard it. She was very upset and disappointed, but still, here we are.
Awedi Serwaa manona busa asem keke O2 guest house wo Kumasi sebio asem se akwesi na se O2 guest house abam dia and se osa na naso frem nyina atwemaso because the guest house one and mo didi atchentwe anana kan bibia mfa ho de.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but let me say O2 is aware of the situation that is going on. And I think he tried his best to try and solve it. So he approached some people, and the Euphoria-ters and the people that are on the Kufuado side, didn't want O2 to get to know the details of the incident. So they would always stop my lawyers or Menkoho saying they will put them back. So he's aware of the situation, but as to how much he knows, I don't know. But he's aware and he has tried.
Yeah. Which hotel ben na reside here? Hopes na do echo didn't say account your hotel ben.
Golden Tulip.
Golden Tulip Hotel. Okay. Now, oka lawyers are saying has the president and his team, his compensation team. I know, sir, from what you are saying, they have met your lawyer. Has there been any confrontation between your lawyers and the Omo?
Well, we don't know directly. I guess you're referring to the break-in and entry that happened. So that when the legal team started with them and the battle started getting one night, the law firm got broken in. Law firm, apparently they've had it for about 15 years. And for the first time, it was broken into. Laptop, but I mean, they did a damage of about $10,000.
Okay, so just leave it. You said you had some people you want to pose some questions to because it will move us to part 2 of this interview. Oh, Tiemia, this is part 1. We stayed within the lawyers. After these questions on the Bible, if reactions be amba, they are promising said they will grant us access to all materials to publish. Audios, videos, pictures. But before the interview, we had this agreement say you have some people you really want to send some message to because they know, you know, and you guys all know what is happening. You can go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, there are a lot of names that I would not be able to mention, but the few people are already, a bit to say JB. The person who said JB say discussion. John Buedu, also the national secretary, is the national whatever of the MPP party. The person who said discussion ben or name have between October 2019 and January 2021. Crime ben obi committee yenti na or try say or ben negotiate and obi no or ne boss na ne boss ben and I know committed crime be against me and or no ejinema negotiate compensation percentage ben and what compensation no ma otua de ma me like I'm running in Abrofo, so I'm trying to read and you can say mention it. And more and or far almost the percentage no breme no almost so percentage ben or multi free. And a video ben na ono Debbie no video ben na me no nyina na se share ya e ma akire no ofa so kra teasy president no na ama se no call baby o ka asem foforo se wonhu ye na so conversation a recorded that only other people so have you Kevin has a copy of it all confirm say he had actually seen the video na your video ben e hwan video num e den no mo ye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are straightforward questions. I think I have one last. I want you to confirm this.
I have a lot.
Okay.
And I'm also say, or no, why did he feel the need say, and son or more better abano? No, say, or calm me down. Na me can be dien and anka me babeka. So that goes for JB. Now I have a question for Tiwa, lady
Tiwa
CID
boss. Former CID boss.
Yes, former CID no. Any assistant Felix nena na Tama hopes in omo oba hona omo interrogate no. Ni team no ka so ombeko hopes efie akoye further investigation. Me what chat of it Kevin or copy of it. E den ti na omo gina so say afedi ombeko hopes in fie akohe say omo benya made who be in fact we share conversation no me can say by now they say bibi kra ni fie and the person me money din well let me say na yeti I responded say sometimes will be fa ade and rate me fi ne ho na copy bi wo ho enti na ye den enti de anyina so no mu nya ye na omo ye me hopes and fingerprints no na omo ye fingerprints of my laptop no. Was there a match? Now no abaho abeso so me yi man na me laptop mu. Na mpese me ho so say me case file no akosi sen e den na buy. And then
so Madam Tiwa is not the CID boss now. Into this question you are directing it to the current CID boss Kenya Boa. So Madam Tiwa is at Yoko now, but it's good say you are referring to because on a position. But I know say new boss abano docket ni da why da. I don't think it's a docket you to actually, so he can also respond to this. All right.
Okay. Inti Ekufuado so one of one personal doctors, your friend of Dr. Gordon of Labi, and Michael Opoku or your colonel. Just me fancy no hopes a boss. I want to know say omunyina between 2019 and 2020. Why were they negotiating compensation with me? Na dien na na si.
You can mention your name again.
Colonel Michael Opoku and Dr. Gordon Ofelabi.
Okay.
And I hope so I have a question for him. Minimum baby, you binti and I'm a bass still. And Opesa Chese. Okay, nti me pese me hu say ono no hwan na instructed no say omra me hia me wo airport sa Tuesday October 22nd 2019 hwan na ka so me hia me na hwan na bookie e man schedule bookie sa hotel rooms na nka ye 5 days then so after robbery ninti no me end up stay 10 days extra 5 days na Kufuado na sa betu ya hwan na tu ya first 5 days no hwan na man ska. Because we name your baby and I'm name your baby for him to book a room that is $230 a night for 5 days for me. Until I'm trying to figure out or no. So on they said they be on Facebook. So I'm my answer. Why in a smile? That's all senior be a smile now. Then I'll come back with the evidence for him. And then Kennedy Japan so on I think I've already asked in the beginning. Say and be this kebia mamedana because on first kebia mameda and also on also no oni JB any Colonel Michael Opoku committee no edien no mu committee ko discuss yenti ana omo epese omo compensate me with a certain amount na eden anana ma ye adwuma bia mo no mutua meka Okay, and then Akufo-Addo Nankasa himself, I have a message for him. A debe messages na me send na no so sorry no I send ya koma JB. And a dear bad dear na no sure se beba bontin the antina de be or person JB calm me down, JB calm me down. Now a then soon a man he decided say he will even negotiate a compensation with me. I didn't know compensate me for. I would like to know.
All right. Okay, so you just heard it for yourself. This is the first part of our interview. There's part 2, and I know those people are they are watching. It's better you guys respond. Say we don't compensate. So president, you know, he will not go further to tell all these people I mentioned, and I say Serwaa Broni. So I think say you people have enough platform to tomorrow go out there. Say Serwaa Broni, you can come out and say there Evelyn there are no text messages, there are no audios, you know nothing about Akufo-Addo and this lady's relationship. The president too, question has been put to him. Omu defend the president. And I hope he said tomorrow, no, you better catch the presidency, you know, and ask Omaya Bomudin said to come out and do what? Tell the world, say it's a lie or it's true. Remember, there's a part 2 of this interview, and then we wanted you to understand the basics and put some questions out. Thank you very much, Evelyn. I am very, very much pleased. You've given a lot of women voice in Ghana, around the world. Some people might not be happy tonight, but the bigger picture is you have shown courage. You have shown, say, it does not matter how people see you, where they classify you, how they classify you, they group you under whatever. At the end of the day, you have proven that some things need to be talked about or spoken of. And I'm also urging young women, I'm urging people out there, Ghanaians, who want to tell us their story. It's about time. We made people out there with power understand that they cannot abuse their office, they cannot use the power against we the people, and especially women in Ghana and around the world. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Trust me,
Kevin,
I am very much appreciative.
Yeah, on behalf of myself and my family and everybody. Although Mebusiafo don't want this happening, but I love you guys, I respect you, and that is the reason why there's a limited information being shared here. The person will be when it's a social media in your court. So the legal team is there and the legal processing will still continue. This is an ongoing situation and it hasn't ended. The legal piece will still go on. And thank you all. Kevin, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. All right. So that was the interview with Evelyn. And as you can see here, you've heard it for yourself. We are not going to pick phone calls. The part 2 will be coming very soon. Depends the reaction from all these people. And the good thing about the Okaini and say, or date, or time, or location, or boding, or name, emanisi. You have audio from Madam Tiwa's office. Tomorrow, we expect to get some reaction. So reaction number will be forced. And that is the conversation I had with her legal team in Canada. They will sign the legal documents with us to hand over videos, pictures to us to use, because this is the only way that will get them the information they need. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here tonight. It's been a pleasure. The time you spent with me here, we always bring you the facts. My name is Kevin Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost, Mr. S, Mr. P. All of you guys, thank you very much for this production. It's been a wonderful night. It's Easter Sunday. Be good. We will meet here tomorrow. I'll be back to talk about Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. My name is Kevin Taylor. Let me try and get you Weala to end today's show. If Weala is going to play. If our system is not going to allow us, I would like to say thank you and good night.